And appreciate the presence of our two committees of Parliament, and I will request Honorable Nyotu from the Senate to make some comments as we progress on this day.
Thank you, Dr. Bello. The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogo, the PS, Basic Education at the Ministry, Dr. Benny Kcse, the Chair of NEC, Professor Jabundi, the CEO, Dr. Ingere, Kcse CEO, Nancy Macharia, and our protocols observed. Good morning. So I come here in the capacity, as the PS has said, as the Chair Education Committee in the Senate, which is mandated to look into all matters related to education, and Kcse is an important matter in education, and that is why we are here. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all the candidates that sat last year's Kcse. I wish them all the best in their future pursuits. And in the same breath, let me say that because it has been empirically proven, though we do not know who scored what and how many scored what grade, but from the past, we know that only a small fraction of our candidates get to qualify to join the university. And the bigger chunk does not qualify to join the university. So if you may allow me, let me take this opportunity to advise those that will qualify to join the university as they do revision of their degrees, that now they will do the simple revision from a point of knowledge, because now they know what grades they scored. And I would want to advise them to pick courses that may lead to maybe self-employment. And again, those that will not qualify to join the university, let me encourage them to pursue TVET courses, which the government is supporting in a big measure. We know that every student that joins TVET, Technical Institutes, is actually given a funding by government of about 30,000. So the parents and the candidates not look down upon these courses, because the information coming from the job market shows that those that take technical skills are more likely to get jobs faster than those that take formal courses. And so I think let our parents and those that do not join university not idle around saying that they have no jobs. Let them join TVET institutions for training to acquire and to be equipped with the necessary skills. I think I do not want to say much, because it's not my day and I did not carry a written speech, but because I know that a professor will recognize his colleague, Professor Kamara, who is a member of the Education Committee at the Senate. Let me leave the PS to do the necessary. Otherwise, Prof, thank you very much as a member, a very resourceful member of the committee at the Senate. Thank you very much. I pass my thanks also to the teachers that prepared these candidates and helped in administering these examinations. God bless you and have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Nyotu. I would want at this juncture to give a minute or two to the chair of our committee to just breathe for a second before I can have him make his comments. I know Nyotu has said we appreciate the presence of Kamaru. I have requested my minister to deal with that one because, you know, Kamaru was my minister at one time, and therefore I will leave it at that. So, Chairman of the National Assembly Education Committee, you've arrived at the right time. I know you are a teacher, you are a principal, and therefore you are ready to make a lesson at any time. So I invite you to make your comments. Karibu.
The CS Minister of Education, the Chair Council, Kenya National Examination Council, and the CEO, the Teacher Service Commission, and the Kenya National Examination Council, all the stakeholders present, and members of the public, good morning. Yes, I've come in late, but for purposes of this function, I'm not late because I've been following it all through. As a member of the Education Committee and as a chair, I want to thank Waziri, first of all, for bringing this very, very important function to Wazingishu, to this particular part of the country. This is for the first time that we are releasing exams outside Nairobi. And Waziri, you are devolving functions. This is very good, and we are happy for you for that. Two, as a Committee of Education, I want to note with a lot of appreciation the kind of work you did as a Minister of Education, and more importantly, that you took the recommendations of our committee on education reforms and the inquiry. The last Kcse exams was done with a lot of input from the Education Committee of the National Assembly. More so, the issues of payment of the examiners, the issue of manning the centers adequately, the issue of making sure that we have no early exposure of exams. All those particular things, we did say as a Committee of Education that we want an exam that has integrity, exam that is going to give international standards here in the country, and the Kenyans will be respected worldwide. I also want to say that as we release these exams, we as a committee, as an oversight committee, we are still going to look at it, how the whole process was, because that is the kind of work we do in the National Assembly. We shall oversight you, we shall give the advice that is required, and we also want to ask the council that as we release these exams, every other time we have an audit of the whole process so that we can be able to make it better as we move forward every other year. So for all the other stakeholders, especially the teaching service, we still need more teachers. You all know that the service has a shortage of almost 70,000. But we want to thank the government for employing these teachers yearly. But as we employ them, let us retool them again, because CBC requires a lot of retooling as we move to the new competency-based exam process. Otherwise, I want to say a lot of thanks. Asante Waziri, asante members of the Education Committee who've come in. Thank you, Teacher Service Commission. When I was on the way, I heard that you are going to recruit teachers. We are appreciative, and Kenyans are going to get jobs. So thank you so much. Asante sana.
Asante sana, Chair. CS, allow me to more sincerely thank our center managers. I know they are represented here by principals from this particular county. We would want to more sincerely thank you for the good work that you did in accepting and working with the Kenya National Examination Council in picking the examination twice in a day. I know when this was announced earlier, there were some jitters, but I think at the end of the day, we all realized that it was for the best interest of one, our learners, and two, our country, because we would want to maintain the integrity of our certification, and we would want to say thank you very much. I would also want to thank our examiners for the good work that they did. And this year, as already mentioned by the CEO, we had 40 marking centers, and we had a very good, we visited most of them, we engaged them, and they were out there doing that which we all need to do for our children, work for them, because as we work for these children, we are investing in the future. Moi girls, thank you very much. We gave you a very short notice. I know I was here yesterday to tell you to prepare this room for us for what you didn't even know it was what, but you still did a good job. And thank you very much for having done a fantastic job in a very short time, and that you are able to host this national event today. I know the Cabinet Secretary at policy level will mention, but I would want to assure our schools, assure our head teachers, assure our principals that yes, we have released capitations. The resources that you are required to receive, we have released that resource. If it's not in your accounts today, it is a process. It could be in the accounts of schools today, tomorrow, the slowest banks maybe on Wednesday. But I would want to assure you that we have met the payments. The other one I would want also to assure from an accounting perspective are our examiners, is that again we have released your resources. I know NEC finalized this morning, and if your resources is not yet in your points of payment, then in the course of the day I would want to assure that we shall have paid all our examiners. And this is the first time that we are making sure that as we release results, we make sure that all our contracted professionals are also paid, because they will have done the release of results is the confirmation that there was work done. And if there was work done and a service provided, then we ought to pay for that service. So it is so important that we are assuring our teachers and contracted professionals that we are for sure made the necessary payments. Karibu, Madam Speaker, Honorable Shelley. Finally, I don't want to go beyond here. I would want also to urge and ask our principals that as we take in our Form 1s on Monday, the admission process should be through the NEMI system. So we should capture all admissions through NEMIs. All registrations for the examinations will be extracted from NEMIs. So let's make sure that all our candidates, all our students are in the NEMI system, both for public and private schools. The Kenya Education Management Information System, which transited from the National Education Management Information System, is for every school and child. So this year's registration for examination will be an extraction from the Kenya Education Management Information System, because we have realized, as the CS will mention, sometimes we have students who register and they don't turn up for examinations. And some of these students, as the CS will mention, maybe are students who may not even be there. So with those remarks, now that the CS has given me permission to request my former minister to say a word, I'll request Professor Kamar to make some comments. Thereafter, I'll request the Deputy Speaker to make some remarks. So, Karibu.
Thank you very much. Our CS of Education, Honorable Majogu, our PS, all the stakeholders in the Education Center, the Education Committee members, Madam Speaker. CS, I'm very delighted that you decided to decentralize where you release results. I really want to thank you for that. Not only because I'm from Wasingishu, but also because I'm an old girl of this school. I was in Highlands those days. This was our assembly room. I want to thank the principal. She's a wonderful principal. I've been visiting, and you give her 10 minutes notice, PS, and she will do it. So that is the kind of person you gave us, and I thank TSC for that. here we are to congratulate you, CS, and the stakeholders. I want to congratulate the Examination Council for a very, very smooth examination process time. I congratulate you because handling about 1 million students smoothly and without any complaint is really something that we must thank you for. Thank you, CS. That was really well done. And your stakeholders did a very good job. I'm very delighted to hear that there is hiring of teachers. The Kcse has done their best. As a member of the committee, we have had sessions with Kcse for a number of times to look into how education in this country can be implemented very smoothly and to the best, for it to be the best for all our students. CS, allow me to also congratulate you on the report that was done by the task force. The task force gave very bold recommendations and would like to encourage you to implement those recommendations. One of the ones that we picked in our committee, and Chair is here, was the issue of dealing with equality in education so that everybody can access equal education. Our education system is such that we do exams on the same day, all of us throughout the country. The child in Turkana is doing the same exam that the child in Moi Girls is doing and the child in Lamu is doing. Equality in education is extremely important so that the teachers must be facilitated equally throughout the country. And that was one thing that came out from the report. The other one that came out from the report that some of us were very excited about, although I was in Moi Girls when it was Highlands, and it is a national school, is the fact that you want to be bold enough to dissolve a national school so that all schools are equal. I think that is a very important thing for us. It is very important because the Constitution clearly states that every child should have access to education that is equal. The only way we can make it equal is to make sure that at the school level, and this level, secondary school, is the most important because it's where you define your profession. It is where children get their direction. Whether you are going to university for medicine or you are going to TVET, it is at the secondary school. So equality in treatment is something that came out from that report, and we want to encourage you, CS, to be bold to implement it to the dot so that our children access equal education, equal resources, and equal number of teachers. Because we know, and we have raised this several times also, even the committee, as petitions come to the committee level, that some schools are less endowed than others. We know that. But we are saying, as government, because you have already started this, equalize it, and it will be good for everybody. Otherwise, I would really like to congratulate the students of 2023, to wish them well, and to tell them to choose their professions well. As you release the results, let them know that all results are results, and all results can take them somewhere. Once upon a time when I was in the Ministry for Higher Education, we said we would like to break the barrier of a child who has a D so that they can have a line that will take them to get their own degrees. And we said, let TVETs move our kids from certificate to diploma to degrees. And we even came up with 2 universities that are highly technical in nature, the Technical University of Kenya and Mombasa Technical University. So every child's results are good results, so long as they choose the right path to follow. We thank you that CBC is taking root, and we know that with CBC, actually every child will pass. There is nobody who will be taken back. So despite of the fact that we have not managed to kill ranking, because ranking It's motivated by parents, it's motivated by teachers, it's motivated by politicians like myself. It's very difficult to kill it. But we need to encourage our children to know that every result is good for something, and they should really choose the thing that they can do best. With those remarks, once more, congratulations, CS, congratulations, Ministry, you have done a good job. Thank you.
CS, with your indulgence, I would want to request Professor Barto, now right as a scholar, just to greet his team.
The Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, the PS, the Chair of NEC, the CEO, my colleagues from Parliament, led by my Deputy Speaker, Gladys Bose, the members of Senate, Professor Kamar and Dr. Nyotu, the Chairman, Education Committee, all the directors, station managers, and all dignitaries present. I want to take this opportunity to say good morning. As my Chairman, Education Committee has spoken, it's not in order for me to come after him, but all the same, the PS said I'm speaking here in the capacity of a scholar. My name is Professor Phyllis Chepkemoi Barto. I'm a member of Parliament, Moiben constituency, which is just next door, and also a member of the Education Committee. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all the candidates, the 2023 candidates whose results are going to be released today, and to tell them that it is their day. They should celebrate irrespective of which grade they are going to get. Because as Professor Kamara said, every grade will take you somewhere. There are those who are going to go to the universities. We have those who are going to TVET. We have those who are going to different institutions. We also have those who will choose a different destiny and even become businessmen and women. And all of it is a success. I want to also to thank the teachers and the head teachers who have managed this process for the last 4 years until today we are seated here to release their results. I don't think it was an easy task, and we want to congratulate you as well. All the stakeholders who have participated in this process and until this day when students are graduating. I was also a teacher once upon a time, and I rose through the ranks until I became a professor in the university. And I am a product of education and a testimony that education is indeed an equalizer. And together with the members of the Education Committee, we have been part and parcel of the processes and the education reforms. And whatever we are witnessing today, we have been in the process. We have been in the mix, and we have been working very closely with the Cabinet Secretary and the entire team in the ministry to see that the education standards at least are upgraded. We have been working hard to improve the budget so that we employ many teachers, and over time, and even with the support of the government, our able President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has also been supporting the education reforms very much, and it is his wish that we have the best standards. I would also want to thank the ministry through the Cabinet Secretary that they did not just prepare the results and also the CEO NEC, but they also went ahead and subjected them to international standards so that whatever is being released today, it is an indication that these results are credible. But our chair has also said, members of parliament, we do oversight. We are still going to go on with our oversight role. to make sure that we better the standards of education. But because it's not my day, I want to take this opportunity to wish the candidates, the 2023 candidates whose results are being released today, the best. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much. I would want now to move quickly and invite the Deputy Speaker to make her comments. I know to add some little consultation with the CS because we have another function not in a very long time. So we shall move with speed. Thank you.
Waziri Education, my friend Muchogu, and together with all the members who have accompanied you from the education sector, my colleague, Chairperson of Education, Honorable Meli, and together with all the other dignitaries, in the interest of time, allow me to adopt the protocols that have already been established so that we can be able to proceed. And all distinguished guests, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to stand here today as a former student of Moi Girls Eldoret. This is the very room that we used to have our assembly in. It was still a very small school those days. And today I've come accompanied with my cousin who was always my classmate, Chebet Chemjor. So I was telling her, let's go back to our old school and support Waziri. So Waziri, thank you for actually having the wisdom to decide to announce the results, not only from my hometown, but also from my former school. Thank you. And for me, this announcement of results is very dear to me because, like Honorable Kamara said, that we should encourage, and that is my message to those who will receive their results today. I congratulate you all for whatever results you will get. But most importantly is to tell you that whatever results you get is not going to define you. I must tell my own story. When I did my CPE in Hill School Eldoret, I was at the bottom of my class. I had the lowest mark in Hill School in that year, totally at the bottom. In fact, I couldn't get a place in secondary school. But because my sister was already at Loreto Convent, Matunda, the nuns decided to allow me to go to the school, just to keep us together. And by the time I finished at Loreto Matunda, I was top of my class. And by the time I came to this school, I was right at the top of the school. So I always tell young people, one result does not define you. I was always a C student, probably even a D student when I started out. But I completed with a strong finish as a straight A student. So Waziri, I'm a strong believer in that in as much as we have the examinations for our students, we must also know that at every stage of their lives, they have a chance to improve. And that's why the examining system must be made in such a way that it's not an elimination program, but an accommodating program, so that all students, even the C students like me who are at the bottom of the class, can continue to be encouraged and have hope and know that that can actually change. And even for those students today who will receive their results, and you may not be at the top, maybe you get the bottom mark, remember, you have the opportunity to go to TVETs, to go to other colleges, and eventually you might make your way to be a professor. And a case in example is my uncle, whom you know, Professor Kcse. He was a Form 2 dropout, but today he's a professor. Again, he went through the certificate program, the diploma program, degree, and eventually made their way. So Waziri kindly encouraged that people can take those steps and make their way. So with those few remarks, I just want to congratulate those who will receive their results and to tell them that this is not an end in itself. You can define your own circumstances. This should not define you. And also for those who will be the top of the class, I know a lot of people who finish at the top, but because of indiscipline issues, and they become complacent, eventually they don't succeed in life. So at the end of the day, it is what you do and the decisions you make every single day as a young person along your journey in life. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And thank you for the progress that has been made in the education sector. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. I know we are absolutely running out of time, but I just want the area MP to have a word. Thereafter, I will invite the governor, and then we release the results, because I can see the CS is getting worried because he's supposed to be in another function.
Thank you very much, PS, CS, and all the invited guests. Good morning. We have agreed, we have entered into an agreement. As you know, I'm a lawyer. We have entered into an agreement that I will only speak for 1 minute. And if it exceeds 1 minute, I have asked the MP for so to blow the whistle. Because I hope you are going to give him also 1 minute like myself. Sorry, my name is Samuel Chepkong. I'm the area member of parliament for Ainapco constituency. Sorry, I came late because I started where the students who will be receiving their results this morning started from. I was handing over a primary school which we did renovation just here, Kcse Primary, and you know, you don't ignore small beginnings. So I started from where these others will be receiving their exams, their results. I want to say this, CS, I want to thank you very much. Welcome to Ainapco constituency, and welcome to Moi Girls. This is one of our flagship secondary school. They ordinarily take 99.5% to university. So when you release the exams, I hope it is going to be 100%. If it is no, then we will doubt. Because we have established a precedent. You know, I told you I'm a lawyer. So when a precedent has been established, you don't depart from it. It can only be 1 degree or 0.5. So the results we'll be expecting this morning for Moi Girls would be in excess of 99.5%. And if we don't get there, we know that we'll doubt the results. We will know that we didn't work very hard. You know, I want to finish by saying, as you have made this place, indeed your home this morning to release the exams, we are truly very grateful that you have honored us as a constituency and as a county. So we want to thank you very much, because, you know, when President Nelson Mandela came out of prison in 1991, this is what he said. He said, and he found South Africans were very poor in terms of education. They were very ignorant because they were not taught on a number of issues. And he said education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change your world. So, Mr. Minister, as you release these exams, I am sure those who will be receiving the exams, whatever grades they will get, that grade will change their world. Whether they will get a C minus, which, you know, as you know, Mr. CS, I have 2 TTIs in my constituency. I have RVTTI and I have KTTI in Kipkabos. And I'm also completing KMTC in Banforest, which will be opening in August. And so we have very many places where these students will go. So nobody is a failure. Everybody will have succeeded in whatever grade they would have gotten. I thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Governor, you can come and then recognize your senator, because I can see your senator has come. I would want to recognize the Education Committee members, Honorable Nabi, Nabuera, who is here, Koroitichu is also here. I would want to recognize the MP for Soy, DK, Kiplagat is here also. So, Governor.
Thank you very much, Bwana PS, our CS and education team, our leaders, county leadership. With us is Senator Mandava, because we have no time. If you can stand and say, okay, very disciplined indeed. First and foremost, and all the protocol observed, then you adopt the protocols, because you are all very important people. First of all, we are very happy indeed, Bwana CS, that you can release exam from our own county, especially our school, Moi Girls. That is wonderful. That is incredible. We've never thought of it. So anything can happen in this life that our school, enviable school, Moi Girls, is now hosting the whole CS and the examination team to release exams for 2023. Many years ago when I was a hustler, actually I'm still, I didn't know the hustling part of it. My journey started with this school. I was just looking for a job, and I didn't go to university straight away like you did, some of you. I had to add 1+1 through a technical institution, and then up to now I'm a holder of a PhD, a recent graduate around with PhD in town in project planning and management. And when I came here, they were looking for somebody who can work in the library. Mrs. Cheram was then. And then they made me a librarian, and I was very happy because of a very small beginning. So rising up from a librarian all the way to a county CEO, is that not God? So Moi University, Moi Girls School, there are many people who have gone through this school, including our good speaker there, and they have become great people. So I want to say congratulations in advance to the students that would have been made to succeed. At the same time, we want to say there are many opportunities. Others can follow my way. After the diploma, you can go to first degree all the way up to where I've reached now. We want to assure our students that whatever you get here does not determine the destiny of your life. You can still make it. I'm an example that if I'm a county CEO from just a small man, who else cannot be anything? So I want to trust God that we are very happy that whatever results we are going to get, we want to wish our students the very best. And I want to thank the Ministry of Education because you are giving opportunity to everyone, even down to that who has an E. If an E is a mark or anything to go back.
Governor, so finally I would want to request our colleagues from the field who are here that immediately after this, we have a function at Kamagut Primary School. Let's all meet at Kamagut. And with those remarks, it's now my humble duty to request and to invite the Cabinet Secretary to now release to make his comments and release the results for 2023. Karibu Waziri.
Yeah, thank you very much, PS. Your Excellency, the Governor of Wasingis County, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Education, State Department for Basic, the Chairman, Kenya National Examination Council, the CEO and the CEO, Teacher Service Commission, my Chairman, Senate, Chairman, National Assembly, Madam Speaker, and all the members of Parliament present here, not forgetting the host, Mr. Kirui, the principal, thank you very much, the county commissioner, and all the senior officials from the Ministry of Education. Good morning. Members of the fourth estate, thank you very much, good morning. Yeah, thank you very much. This morning, I had an exceptional engagement with His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, as a prelude to this event, during which I will be releasing the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examination results. Our lengthy conversation also attended by my senior education sector leaders who are together with me here, focused on the broad, deliberate, and robust reforms that our country is so ably rolling out in the face of a challenging economic environment. One of the discussions was on teacher employment, and my chairman is here. His Excellency made it clear that in the next financial year, we will again be employing another 20,000 more teachers. During our engagement, His Excellency President Ruto made it abundantly clear to us about the government's unwavering commitment and undivided attention to the provision of quality education to all Kenyan children, right from the ECD level to university. The President instructed us to ensure that there would be no Kenyan child who would be left behind in the enrollment to school, retention, transition and progression until completion of the basic education level in line with our Constitution. Additionally, the President gave us firm instructions to particularly ensure that runners from all sets of households, especially those whose families are at the bottom of the economic pyramid, are financially supported to access all levels of running in tandem with the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The release of 31.34 billion to primary, junior, and secondary schools. To buttress the President's commitment, the provision of the free running program in the primary school level and the free tuition learning program at the junior and the secondary school levels, the National Treasury released Kenya shillings that 1.34 billion to support runners enrolled in the subsector. These funds have effectively cleared the way for a smooth opening of schools for the first term of the 2024 calendar year countrywide as effective from today. This disbursement was distributed as follows: free primary education, 4.74 billion. Capitation for junior schools, 7.60 billion. And I'm also happy that His Excellency and the government gave out examination and invigilation fees, 2.80 billion, unlike before, where those who worked in invigilators and the rest used to wait for almost a year. Today, we're actually completing each and every payment. There will be nothing pending. Secondary schools, government has given out 16.20 billion, making the total 31.34 billion. I did have an engagement that was last week on a Tuesday between my peers, the CS National Treasury and the PS National Treasury, and the money was released to us on Wednesday. We have dispersed this money to all the schools, and I'm sure that the money must by now be in the respective accounts of the schools, may it be primary, junior school, or secondary schools. This year, our first cohort of the CPC will be transitioning to grade 8 and the junior school. Although we are also excited at this milestone, we are also aware that the cohort will be transitioning to grade 9 in 2025 and will be expected to pose a massive strain on our existing infrastructure. To preempt this crisis, the government is set to spend 12.8 billion to facilitate the construction of classrooms in the junior schools in conjunction with members of parliament. Through these funds, we expect to have 15,015 classrooms ready for use in junior schools for grade 9 next year. In line with the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform report, the Ministry of Education has rationalized the number of learning areas and the curriculum designs in terms of scope and integration of subjects within learning areas as a way of eliminating content overload and overlaps in the basic education. The Ministry has already issued instructions to schools to ensure that the implementation of these changes starts with effect from today in all schools hosting CPC runners. I wish to assure the country that the Ministry, working with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, has started a process of reviewing textbooks aligned with the rationalized designs. In the meantime, I urge teachers to continue using the existing already approved textbooks since they have relevant content, tasks, and assessments for runners as guided by the curriculum designs. I have directed the Kcse to ensure that the curriculum designs are updated in the Kcse website by the end of this week. We did reduced the number of comparison subjects, as you are aware, from 5 to 2, in a departure from tradition. This is the first Kcse examination research to be released under the new grading structure that was implemented in the year 2023 Kcse examination. This was approved and as authorized by the NEC Act, and we have been able to implement this. Under this system, the overall grade at Kcse examination has considered mathematics the best performed language subject, among them English language, Kiswahili, Kenya Sign Language, and the best performed 5 subjects. As you will find out when I release the research, the new reform measure will allow a larger number of students to pursue courses of their choice at their universities, diploma and achievement training at certificate and arts levels. That was previously not the case, as the system was more restrictive. It is clear from the new grading system that the ministry is now focusing on ensuring that our candidates are mandatory literacy, English or Kiswahili, and the numerous degrees mathematics to enable them pursue their careers in TVET institutions, universities, and colleges. Arising from the changes in the new grading system, therefore, I am directing the Kenya Universities and College Central Placement Service, Kcse, and the universities to align their cluster points and entry requirements with the new reforms to avoid disadvantaging the candidates. I ask the NEC to complete their process and hand over the final research to Kcse to pave the way for the start of the placement process. Additionally, I direct the Kcse to mount a robust career awareness campaign among the 2023 Kcse candidates to ensure all students understand the new TVET and the university entry requirements under the higher education funding model that was launched last year. More importantly, I direct the Kcse to immediately put in place measures to allow the 2023 Kcse candidates wishing to join TVET institutions to apply for their courses ahead of the March 2024 admissions. For the first time, the ministry introduced a new system of correcting examination materials from the 576 distribution centers countrywide twice each day. This meant that in the morning, usually at 7 a.m. daily, center managers could only pick up the first paper of the day. If the candidates sat the first paper of the day, the center managers were then required to return to the distribution centers to pick up the second paper that the candidates could sit in the afternoon. I'm happy to report that this change in examination distribution, coupled with the efficient work of examination professionals, was able to substantially reduce the cases of early exposure of examination papers. I wish to thank all the center managers who took their time to effect the double correction policy and uphold the integrity of our examination. The release of the Kcse examination will be followed by the release of the Kcse reports for candidates who sat the grade 6 assessment in 2023 in the next few days. I urge our parents, guardians, and teachers to scrutinize the Kcse reports to ensure they use the research to monitor learner progress as they transition to grade 7. Allow me to register my appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, and his government for the support they offered us during the administration of the 2023 Kcse. I also wish to recognize with appreciation the support accorded to the Ministry of Education by my counterparts in other government ministries, departments, and agencies during the 2023 Kcse examination. The merged agency collaboration spearheaded by my colleagues Professor Kindiki and Waro of the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, and IT and Digital Economy, respectively, was impressive. Administering the 2023 Kcse examinations came in the face of adverse weather conditions occasioned by the El Nino phenomenon. This caused massive challenges in the delivery of materials to some examination centers that were cut off by floods and flooding rivers. Delivery of examination materials from NEC headquarters to the 576 distribution centers countrywide was also not spared by the effects of the heavy rains. We had to resort to air transportation in some areas to surmount the challenges in our bid to ensure that all candidates received their question papers. The examination administration was also threatened by insecurity in some parts of the country, such as banditry-related instances, as well as acts of thuggery. I wish to thank all the teachers, field officers, security officers, NEC officers, and other stakeholders who braved the odds to make the conduct of the examination possible. I also wish to thank members of the public who came in to support the process in various ways. Allow me to also commend the 2023 Kcse examiners who reported the 40 marking centers immediately they were called upon after the conclusion of the administration of the examination. As I promised during the release of the 2023 KCPE examination results, all the examiners have now received their payments, and immediately after this, through M-Pesa, we are making sure that by the end of the day, this must be done. Overall, I wish to thank the Almighty God for the successful completion of the 2023 Kcse examination administration cycle. I also thank you for assembling here this morning for this exercise of releasing the 2023 Kcse results for the 899,453 candidates who concluded the examination on November 24th, 2023, and are now eager to join various higher learning institutions to pursue careers of their choice. When I released the 2023 KCPE examination in November 23rd, 2023, November, I promised that the Kenya National Examination Council would administer a supplementary examination for 9,000 candidates who failed to sit the examination. Upon further audit and scrutiny of the number of candidates who actually failed to sit the examinations, the Council has only been able to trace 2,000 eligible runners. Since the number so far allocated is more to warrant a national examination, it has been decided that the 2,000 candidates join Form 1 starting January 8th, January 15th, that is next week, and be allowed to sit qualifying examination later. They will, however, be advised to ensure they sit the individual qualifying examinations by the time they join Form 3 to enable them to be registered to sit the Kcse examination at Form 4. I direct the Council to release further guidelines regarding the entry examination. During the 2023 Kcse examination, a total of 899,453 candidates sat the examination compared to 881,416 candidates in 2022. This represents an increase of 18,037 candidates, which is 2.05%. However, I should note that the number of candidates that sat the Kcse examination last year, was raised by 3,685 compared with the number that actually registered to sit the examination. I am concerned with the number that failed to sit the examination, as it could point to a situation where some schools could be inflating the figures of registered candidates to meet the minimum threshold of 30 candidates required to be enlisted as an examination center. Although there could be more reasons for the missing candidates, any misrepresentation of figures could imply a wastage of public funds since the government pays examination fees for candidates based on the data submitted by schools. I therefore direct the relevant Directorate of Quality Assurance to work with the Kenya National Examination Council to investigate the 3,685 candidates who failed to seat the 2023 Kcse examination with a view to unearthing their true identity and whereabouts. Of the 899,453 candidates who sat the 2023 Kcse examination, 450,554 were male, while 448,899 were female, representing 50.09% and 49.91% of the total candidature, respectively. This indicates that the country has achieved gender parity at the secondary education level. During the year 2023 Kcse examination, 11 counties had a significant entry of more merit and female candidates. These were Garissa, 66.39% compared to 33.61%, Mandera, Wajir, Turkana, Samburu, Narok, Mabei, West Pokot, Mombasa, Migori, and Ramu, while 9 other counties had a significant entry of more female than male candidates. This being Vihiga, Elgeyo Marakwet, Kirinyaga, Meru, Kiambu, Nairobi, Kisumu, and Kitui. The number of candidates who were aged 16 years and below increased from 12,710 in the year 2023 to 16,040, which was 1.776% in the year 2023. The highest percentage of candidates registered for the 2023 Kcse examination were within the appropriate age bracket of between 17 to 19 years, constituting 632,288, which was 70.01% of the total candidature. The percentage of candidates who were 20 years and above constituted 254,810, which was 28.214%. Out of the 30 subjects offered in 2023, 12 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance. These subjects were mathematics, and we thank the teachers for this effort and the students, because for the first time we are actually confirming an improvement in mathematics. The other one was Kiswahili, biology, CRE, business studies, Germany, music, chemistry, building construction, French, and electricity. 14 subjects also recorded a drop in performance. These were English language, Kenya Sign Language, physics, computer studies, history and government. And for the first time, we are seeing a decline in performance in history and government. It is normally done in the afternoon. You can see now that early exposure, was missing. Equally, geography used to be done in the afternoon. You can also see there was a decline. Equal agriculture, and some of the subjects here which used to be done in the afternoon, we are seeing a decline in performance. Power mechanics, metalwork, woodwork, drawing and design, and art and design, home science, there was a decline in performance, including Islamic religion. Female candidates recorded better mean score performance than male candidates in 5 subjects, that being English language, Kiswahili, CRE, home science, and art and design. Male candidates recorded better mean score performance than female candidates in 10 subjects, this being mathematics, biology, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, agriculture, computer studies, and business studies. There were 1,216 candidates, which is 0.14%, who obtained an overall grade A in the year 2023, compared to 1,146,000, which was 0.13%, of the candidates in the previous year, that is 2022. The number of candidates who attained the minimum university entry qualification this year, C+ and above, was 201,133, which was 22.27% in the year 2023, compared to 173,345, which was 19.62% in the year 2022. This is as a result of the application of the new grading system that reduced the number of compulsory subjects required to compute the mean grade. The number of candidates attaining a pass grade D+ and above was 526,222, which is 58.27% in the year 2023, compared to 522,588, which was 59.14% in the year 2022. The national schools produced the highest number of candidates with an overall mean grade of A, where we had 889 A's from national schools, which was 2.486%, followed by county schools, 172 A's, which was 0.096%. Private schools, we had 143, which was 0.221%. County schools, we had 5, which was 0.004%. And the sub-county, and I would like to give an emphasis this, these are day schools which had 7 A's and over, which was 0.001%. Overall, I'm improved by the quality of grades that are coming out of our day schools that produced 283 candidates with mean grade of A and minor and A minor in the 2023 Kcse examination. I urge all stakeholders to invest more in the sub-county schools where more of our runners attend schools. You will also be able to see from the table that sometimes we assume that everybody who goes to a national school gets a university entry, but you can see about 20 of the candidates had a mean of a D- from national schools. So it is not always the case that anybody and everybody who goes to a national school will be able to make it to a university. And you have seen the miracles and what is being done from day schools. As the Cabinet Secretary, I'm also pained by the fact that a large number of candidates, 48,174, or 5.33%, still ended up scoring a mean grade of E in the year 2023 Kcse examination, even after the ministry used a more flexible system of computing the final overall candidate results. I therefore directed the Directorate of Quality Assurance to work with the field officers and teachers to investigate this E-grade cases in each county of the country and submit a report to me within 1 month for further action. As a country, we must start interrogating data and evidence to enable us to make critical decisions that could ensure that we realize our return on investment from all the resources that the government puts in the education sector. Now, we come to examination irregularities. As much as we try to minimize, and we were successful in minimizing our exposure and hence the number of irregularities we used to experience there before, we still had a few cases of irregularities. There were a total of 4,113 candidates who were reported to have been involved in examination irregularities in the year 2023 Kcse examination. Of this, we have cancelled results of 4 cases of reported impersonation after completing investigations. The results of the remaining 4,109 candidates who were suspected to have engaged in examination irregularities have also been withheld pending the completion of investigations in their cases within a period of 20 days from today. The Council is empowered in law as provided in the Kenya National Examination Council handling of examination irregularities, rules of 2015, legal notice number 132 of 2015, rule 8 to withhold the results of any candidate or examination center suspected to have been involved in an examination irregularity or malpractice pending the completion of investigations. It is unfortunate that a few contracted professionals are still insistent on ruining the future of our runners by subjecting them to examination malpractices. 120 contracted professionals were reported to have been involved in aiding examination malpractices. Firm disciplinary action will be taken against such teachers. I also wish to notify the country that the ministry has now set up the National Examination Appeals Tribunal. My chairman and the members of the Education Committee will remember that we had an engagement in this and undertook to ensure that we exert the members, which we have done in line with Section 40B 2 of the NEC Act 2012. I therefore urge any Kenyan aggrieved by any process of the Council to seek redress through the tribunal. Accessing the 2023 Kcse examination results. And as I told you last time, we are not having a service provider, so the SMS system, we are not going to have that, but we have a system in place that people will be able to access the results immediately after this. The Council will dispatch the 2023 Kcse examination results to sub-county educational officers for distribution to examination centers within their regions. Candidates are urged to correct their provisional results from their respective schools, that is examination centers. A candidate can also access the individual 2023 Kcse results online through a link on the NEC website or directly through the URL https research.nec.ac.ke. Let me repeat again. One can directly access either through the NEC website or directly through the URL https research.nec.ac.ke, and you will be able to get your research. This time round, we have worked with the engineers and the experts, and we are sure that the website and this particular system is working such that Kenyans will not be able to have the kind of inconvenience that we had last time when using a service provider. You will be required to enter your candidate's index number and the names as per the registration data for the 2023 Kcse examination. The results will be available immediately after this exercise. I now declare the 2023 Kcse examination results officially released and wish all the candidates the best in their future academic journey. I also wish all runners, teachers, parents, guardians, and all the stakeholders a happy and prosperous new.
Yes, the system was jammed a little bit, but we were able to break through quickly. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Sunshine Secondary School, Langata Road. My name is Madam Sally Kiprop Chetalam, the principal of the Sunshine Schools. Yes, we had 231 candidates last year in 2023, and out of the 231 students, we had over 20 A's. We had doing around 43 A minuses, and we have one of the best students, Prince Samba, in the country. My name is Madam Sally Kiprop Chetalam, and the principal of the Sunshine Schools. Now it was initially Sunshine Secondary School. Yes, we launched our Sunshine Primary School today, and therefore we have made them Sunshine Schools. Now, from the breakdown, we are very excited because last year we had very few A's. Now we have 20 students who have already scored A plane, and we are still counting. And we have over 50 students who have already scored A minus, and we are still counting. And we are very excited. The outcome is by far very good this time. We are way ahead of last year. I think we have tripled, if not our results. Yes, in terms of the quality grades, and even in terms of the overall mean, I believe we are not yet done, but I believe when we do the tabulation, we will have definitely improved, surpassed our mean of 9 points. Thank you very much. The secret behind this performance was very strong teamwork from the team. We had a very strong academic department, and we had a very strong coordinator with his assistant who was able to mobilize the boys, and the discipline standards of these boys was one of its own. We had one of the best student leadership, from the school captain, Dalmas, to the rest of the student population. They were very united and they were very disciplined. And we told them discipline gives them results. And indeed, it has been able to bear dividends.
Thank you. Thank you. Compared to last year, I think we have good results, according to my observation, because we are still counting. So far, we have counted 15 A's. We have counted 82 A minus. We have counted 104 B plus, and so on. So according to the result, the way they are trickling in, we might get the same mean or even above, and we thank God that it has happened. Courtesy of my teachers and my students, the parents, and of course the stakeholders, and the Minister of Education, the Kcse, and the support. I think one of the things in the unique of that class is it was so focused. There was a lot of discipline. These are the boys who learned throughout until the last paper. This is their total commitment. We want to thank the Minister of Education and Kcse for making sure that the rules which were there were still. And these are the real results. These are normal results. And I think we thank God for this. This is the thread which we should continue so that at least we produce the professionals of no questionable character, of no questionable results.
It's an excellent result from where I sit, and the result are trickling in for the region. And it's a reflection of commitment, investment in time, energy, and emotions, and above all, discipline. And finally, the good policies that have been put in place by the Commission to assist the principals to manage the teaching service. Yes.
Mtazamaji, shule ya Kcse School imefanya vizuri tena mwaka huu baada ya kusajili mini grade ya 8.95. Wanafunzi waliofanya mtihani huo walikuwa takriban wanafunzi 565, huku wanafunzi 24 wakipata alama ya A, 84 wakipata alama ya A iliyoondolewa. B plus walikuwa ni 113, B plain ni 127, B minor ni 109 students, C plus wakiwa ni 64, C plain 34 students, C minor 5 students, D plus wakiwa 5, D plain 0, D minor 0, E 0. Hayo ndio matokeo ya Kcse School. Now this is the overall national grade summary for the 2023 Kcse. Kuna female gender waliopata A plain walikuwa 391. Walipata A minor walikuwa ni wanafunzi 2782, B plus ni 7708, B plain ni 16906, B minor ni 20993, C plus ni 39455. Ukikombea na male waliopata A plain, idadi yao ni kubwa, it is 825. A minor pia ni kubwa ukikombea na female walikuwa ni watahiniwa 1472. B+ alikuwa 10,370. B plain alikuwa ni 19,822. B- ni 30,521, alafu C+ ni 38,888. Kwa hiyo ukikombea the performance between the male and the female, male wamefanya vizuri sana and the overall performance. Alafu cumulative utaangalia percentage iko pale. Kwa hiyo kwa ujumla wanaume walifanya vizuri sana. Alafu tukiangalia waliopata the performance of the C plain, C minor, D+ na D plain, D minor na E, female walikuwa ni 48,411, 56,885, 66,000 ni D+ and 32. D plain walikuwa ni wanafunzi 79,612. D minor ni 79,432. E alikuwa ni 19,960. Kwa hiyo kwa upande wa male we have those students who scored C plain, they were 44,201. C minor ni 50,616. D+ ni 58,974. D plain ni 75,664. D minor ni 86,429 na D E ni 28,214. Kwa hiyo hapa kwa hii percentage ya wanaume waliopata hii walikuwa ni wengi. Nizo taarifa za hivi sasa. You can do your overall performance by looking at this table which has been simplified down. This is Erran Media. Keep on subscribing. I'll be coming for more news.
Accessing the 2023 Kcse examination results. And as I told you last time, we are not having a service provider, so the SMS system, we are not going to have that, but we have a system in place that people will be able to access the results immediately after this. The Council will dispatch the 2023 Kcse examination results to sub-county educational officers for distribution to examination centers within their regions. Candidates are urged to correct their provisional results from their respective schools, that is examination centers. A candidate can also access the individual 2023 Kcse results online through a link on the NEC website or directly through the URL https research.nec.ac.ke. Let me repeat again. One can directly access either through the NEC website or directly through the URL https research.nec.ac.ke, and you will be able to get your research. This time round, we have worked with the engineers and the experts, and we are sure that the website and this particular system is working such that Kenyans will not be able to have the kind of inconvenience that we had last time when using a service provider. You will be required to enter your candidate's index number and the names as per the registration data for the 2023 Kcse examination.
Okay, we are now going through the ceremony where the official results are being handed over to our Cabinet Secretary.
Chief Principal Moya School Kabarak. So far, the results are coming in slowly, but we're seeing it's coming a little faster now. And so far, at this moment, we have about 15 A's and many A-minuses, which are coming in. So we know by tulikuwa na wanafunzi 401 na watoto walikuwa very good, walikuwa bright and well prepared. So ni kulingana na matarajio yetu, tunaamini watafanya vizuri kabisa kushinda wanafunzi wa 2022. Yes. Imekuja kwa polepole zaidi kulingana na mwaka uliopita, lakini tukiona saizi ndio imeanza kuingia. So tulikuwa na anxiety kidogo hapo mbeleni, but tumeona saizi itakuja vizuri. Yes. Ninajua wanafunzi wetu pengine wako mbali, lakini tukipata wachache tutakuja kusherehekea pamoja. Lakini kama walimu tuko hapa, tuko pamoja wote kwa sababu tuko na mkutano wetu wa kwanza, na kwa hivyo kama walimu tutasherehekea tukifanya vyema. Yes. Tuko na A's vyema. Yes. Tuko na A's hapa wachache pia, ingawa ni wachache tu. Magembe Kyle Nyaboke tumeona amepata A, na several A- ni wengi kulingana na hii darasa, ninaona wakiwa zaidi ya 10. Yes. Tuko tayari kwa muhula huu wa kwanza, kwa maana hata tumekamilisha mkutano wetu ya walimu staff meeting, but tulianza mapema saa 2 na tushakamilisha tayari. Tumetayarisha darasa zetu, ziko tayari, mabweni ziko ready. Tuko tayari kuwapokea watoto wetu, wanarejea shuleni kesho. Kwa hivyo tuko tukiendelea kuwatayarisha, na tunaamini kwamba watakapofika wanaingia kazi, na kama kawaida sisi immediately they arrive, they embark on their business exams and all that. So results tunapopata itawapea it will give them the motivation to work even hard. 2022 tulikuwa na wanafunzi 351, na kati ya hawa 99.13% wali qualify to university. Out of that, it's only 3 who did not get the actual mark entry to university. And tulikuwa na alama 10.13 mean, with several students, 33 A's and 136 A- tulipata last year, 2022.
Kwa majina naitwa David Mayaka, deputy wa shule hii ambaye anasimamia nidhamu. Kwa ufupi, mitihani tunaendelea kupata matokeo na yanaonesha dalili nzuri, lakini vile network iko slow kidogo, bado tunaendelea. Na tutakapopata matokeo mzuri tutawaalika mkuje, ndio mwalimu kwa aweze kuya release mzuri. Lakini so far A zimekuwa 3, A-48 na zingine hapo B- tumepata 2, na hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunatarajia iwe grade ya mwisho. So tunatarajia mini yetu itaenda 10 nukta kitu, na hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunatarajia, hata kama tunaweza kosa 11, lakini hiyo pia ni matokeo mzuri na tunamshukuru Mungu. Wanafunzi ambao walifanya mitihani ya kitaifa walikuwa 431, na hao wote sasa matokeo yanaendelea kumiminika, na yatakapojaa tutawaalika mkuje mzuri, ndio tusherekee na mwalimu wetu mkuu akiwa ndio alilisi hao matokeo officially. Otherwise tunashukuru Mungu sana, tunashukuru shule yetu, wanafunzi wetu walikuwa wazuri, walikuwa na nidhamu ya hali ya juu, hata walimu wetu walikuwa wametia bidii kabisa, wazazi wetu walitusaidia, board of management walifanya kazi mzuri. Ndio maana hata tunaona hata kama tutapata matokeo yote hii mwaka huu tunaweza kuwa hata namba 1 vile tunaona kwa Kenya mzima.
Tunashukuru sana. Kwa majina ya Captain Omayo Francis. Omayo Francis ni mzazi wa shule hii na mimi ndio mwenyekiti wa wazazi. Tunashukuru Mungu sana, na hasa kazi nzuri imefanywa. Huwa tunasema dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Vile matokeo yanaendelea kutiririka, tunaonyesha ya kuwa tulikuwa namba 2 mwaka jana, tutakuwa namba 1 mwaka huu inshallah.
Asante sana. Kwa majina ni Gerald Ayera, naibu wa mwalimu mkuu anayesimamia masuala ya masomo katika shule ya Kardinali. Kwa kufika sasa tumepata alama dede 3 na alama ambayo ni asi A- 48, na matokeo yanaendelea kutiririka na tunaamini kwamba bado mwaka huu tutapepea juu sana. Last year we were number 3, but number 2 in Kenya, but we believe and we strongly believe that we are going to be number 1 this year inshallah.
Asante. Kwa majina naitwa Emmanuel Ongeri. Tulifanya mtihani na yenyewe ilikuwa rahisi. Tunataka kupenda sana kuambia asanti Bwana Ayera na Bwana Mayaka kwa kusimama na sisi kila wakati. Mtihani nao kuwa rahisi, lakini tumengangana na kwa dalili tunaona mambo ni mazuri. Kwa ufupi sikuwa natarajia kupata grade ya juu sana, lakini nilipata B plain na nashukuru Mungu sana.
Mtazamaji wangu, nataka nikupe listi ya top 20 schools ambazo zimefanya vizuri katika mtihani ambao umetolewa hivi sasa na Ezekiel Machogu, waziri yule wa elimu. Matokeo ya mtihani wa Kcse mwaka 2023. Nambari moko ni Kcse Boys ikiwa na mean score ya 10.76. Number 2 is Kenya High with a mean score of 10.74. Alliance Boys samahani inashikilia nambari 3 with a mean score of 10.694. Number 4 is Kabarak High with a mean score of 10.64. Number 5 is Moi Girls Eldoret with a mean score of 10.53. Number 6 is Alliance Girls with a mean score of 10.52. Number 7 is St. Bridget's Girls with a mean score of 10.50. Nambari 8 ni Pangani Girls ikiwa na mean score ya 10.49 na Kuru Boys inashikilia nambari 9 ikiwa na mean score ya 10.42. Number 10 is St. Mary's Girls with a mean score of 10.36. 11 ni FR Kampa High with a mean score of 9.96. Number 12 is Machakos Girls with a mean score of 9.76. Number 13 is Kamusinga Boys with a mean score of 9.69. 14 Kaga Girls with a mean score of 9.56. 15 is Muranga High with a mean score of 9.45. Number 16 is Lugulu Girls with a mean score of 9.39. Number 17 is Tare Boys with a mean score of 9.27. Maseno School inashikilia nambari 18 ikiwa na mean score ya 9.19. 19 ni Nyeri High with a mean score of 9.08 na 20 bora ni Bunyore Girls with a mean score of 9.01. So those are the best 20 schools which performed well in the 2023 Kcse exams.